It's good. So when you're ready,
Mm-hmm.
I have the frame all set up.
All
Let's
right.
begin.
I think the most important thing about Girl Scouts to me is the opportunity to think outside your box and to go outside your comfort zone and to see and experience new things and new people that you wouldn't explore or be a part of on a regular basis. And so when they asked me to prepare for tonight about, something about Girl Scouts, my brain was just swimming with all of the options of what I could visit with. And then I landed on this story about a Girl Scout named Amelia. And I met her when I was about 17. I was a camp counselor at Camp Skimino. And Amelia had come to camp with a whole bunch of her friends off of a bus from a neighborhood in Southampton Roads. And Amelia was really hard. Like, she would run into the woods. She kept getting into fights. We found her in the pantry, like stealing things. And it was just really hard. And so me and my best friend at the time, we, kind of adopted her, and we were like her person for the week, trying to like chase her down and just help her to have a good time. But it was really hard. And I remember getting really frustrated. I was like, why isn't the director like stepping in so that, we can, do something about this? Like, her behavior is just horrible, and just was really hoping that, somebody would do something. Well, a storm started to move in, and we had to evacuate. And so all of the girls were put back on the bus, and they had to go home early. Well, when it was time for Amelia to go home, she wrapped herself around my waist, and she refused to get on the bus. And my camp name is Okie Dokie, and lots of people still know me as Okie. And so she's like crying and saying, Okie Dokie, please don't make me get on the bus. Don't make me go home. And I was like, and so the camp director had to come and literally like take her off of me and put her on the bus. And we, had to say goodbye. And it was in that moment where I realized that not everybody's normal is my normal, where my challenges are not other people's challenges, where my resources are not other people's resources. And my heart just broke that we hadn't, maybe my friend and I, and maybe even the other counselors, that we hadn't really understood that the way that we needed to for that week that she and her friends were there. And so I think that was such a huge turning point in my life that led to my Gold Award project. As a Girl Scout, that was about doing an after-school program with a bunch of girls in an at-risk community center. And then that led to a teaching career where I taught in Title I in high needs schools. And it led to an opportunity to work with a bunch of community organizations to start a nonprofit that has since sunsetted called Get Smart, where we reached out to families and students that were traditionally marginalized and under-resourced, trying to equip them with the things that they needed to be successful. And now, as the founder and director of Tidewater Collegiate Academy at Virginia Wesleyan, I have the opportunity to work with young people and families from all different walks of life, from all different socioeconomic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, political views. Like, we are as diverse as you can possibly imagine. We get to create an inclusive community together, and it's something that I'm very proud and honored to be a part of. And I believe that those are all things that came from my DNA as a Girl Scout. And so I'm just so grateful that my mom made me go to camp when I was 8 because I didn't want to go, and I cried the whole time, and she said, "You're going anyway." And then the next summer when I was like, "I don't want to go," she's like, "No, you're still going." And then after that, I went to camp all the way through high school, and then I became a camp counselor through college. And then as an adult, I was a camp director for Skimino, but then for other camps. And camp is a huge part of my life. And I'm so grateful for camp and for Girl Scouts. And I think the seed that was planted that continues to bloom and blossom is really about seeing people and hearing people and listening for understanding, and to being willing to look outside of my normal to see what else is there and how else we can like be partnering with each other to be in community together. And I'm grateful for Girl Scouts for that lesson.